Yo, people, what's going on? Back again for another episode. Unpopular opinions. What you say, my guy?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. See Grealish in the back.
Yeah, bruv, that's the GOAT, blood. Man like Jack, fam. I'm telling you, bruv. I see Roy Keane coming out saying, oh, Grealish has to start for England and this, that, and the other, bruv. These men are slowly getting on the bandwagon, bruv. Slowly.
How long it took him?
And these men claim to be the experts, bro.
I'll be real though. There's obviously been a lot of people building these lineups. Me too, me included. You'll be surprised how many people don't put Grealish in their starting 11, which is
Bear man not putting Grealish in there, bro. To me, yeah, he's the first name on the team sheet, blood. Like him and Harry Kane are the only two players, yeah, that man can look at me and say they have to play, and Mason Mount probably as well. Now that's it. Yeah. No one else can't tell me any other player has to play, bro. Like there's question marks around Bear man. There's no question marks around Jack Grealish, bro. None.
For real. But like we said last week, you know, that's why there's always a big difference between what you think will happen and what Southgate will probably end up going with. And do you know what I mean? Like,
you only have to look at
Grealish probably won't play every game because it doesn't seem like Southgate really loves him. Just like how we knew Pickford was going to play, but yesterday he proved like he's do you know what I mean? He's still a calamity out there. Do you know what I mean? But he's going to play every game, you know? So
what was their final England score?
You didn't watch it?
But I was watching the France game, bro.
Yeah. It was 1-0 to England, but if you
I saw the goal. Great pass from Lingard as well, bro. No one's giving Jesse his flowers, yeah. Jesse's pass made that goal, bro.
I mean, it's odd that he's even, you know, the fact he's playing 4 days after he was not announced in the squad is odd, isn't it? Like the whole point of these warm-up games, you should be playing players that are in the squad. So I don't understand what he's doing. Unless he thought that one or two players will drop out and he's going to have to add him in, but it's still odd. But yeah, the game was, even if you watch the highlights, for anyone who didn't even watch, who's inside now, even if you watch the highlights for 3-4 minutes, you'll realize that Austria could have scored 3 or 4 goals. I think they had one chance off the line. They had hit the bar once or twice. Pickford spilled like an opportunity that could have easily rounded up. If Austria had a couple, an extra player going through the middle, they probably would have just mopped that up and scored. Like when you watch it, you just understand. You'll be like, here we go again. Do you know what I mean? Here we go again. But it was a scrapey win. It's a typical England win. Do you know what I mean? So it was nothing like what you saw in the France game, which I only saw the highlights of, which again, Wales think that they were robbed as well, because that penalty was that red card was a bit mad still. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think it was, bro, because the handball looked intentional. I'm not gonna lie.
Intentional? Is it?
It did look in, bruv. He blocked him with both hands, bro. Like, bruv, what's that? Like, I'm sorry, yeah, but bro, like, the thing is, if someone's shooting and you're trying to protect yourself, and maybe you turn away from it and do that or something, my man put 2 hands in front of what? Like, bruv, I've never done 2 hands, bro. Like
in this modern game, I think, especially before, not even before this tournament, but especially in the modern game, it feels like you have to learn how to move your arms away. Like, because I do think,
bro, he didn't move his arms away. He moved his.
I know
arms.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't look like
towards the ball is dumb, innit? Like,
no, it looks like it was his natural move. He didn't. I don't think he intentionally done it, but I do think he needs to think. Players need to think more now with their, like, where their hands are. Do you know what I mean? I think, and he just didn't do that. That was his problem.
I hear that, but it's just dumb, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? You know, like, because the thing is, if you're trying to get out of the way of something, you at least turn your body away from it. If someone was struck the ball at your face, what would you do? You would turn your head. He never turned his body. He just done that. And it's like, bro, what are you doing? Like,
what do you make of Dan James and some Wales fans that said that it's a friendly, so that he shouldn't have got sent off for that?
Fair enough.
Obviously,
If I was the ref, it's a friendly. I wouldn't have sent him off. I'd have just given a yellow card and the penalty in it because it's a friendly. Like I don't believe in sending man off in friendlies unless it's dangerous play.
Yeah.
If it's not dangerous play, I don't believe in sending people off in friendlies because it ruins the football match, innit? But don't get it wrong, yeah. Wales were getting touched regardless, innit? You know, the way France were moving that ball was mad, innit? Pogba more advanced, Benzema was mad unlucky yesterday, missed the penalty, but the shot that came off the post, what a volley, bruv! Like Benzema was oozing.
Typical Benz. All he needs is an inch. That's it. He just needs 1 inch.
Bro, the touch, the chest control, and then the strike, bro. Like it was. Them man were just oozing, bro. Like literally, France, Spain, Mbappe, bruv. Griezmann's my guy, bruv. I'm telling you, I've been telling man. You see all these man that want to disrespect Griezmann, yeah, because he's gone Barca, and it hasn't really worked out for man, yeah, bruv. Put respect on this brother. This guy, yeah, was piggybacking Atletico Madrid, bro, on his own. He was their only attacking player at one point. Like literally carrying the whole attack, bro. Man, have to respect Griezmann, bro. He's a 100%. Bad boy.
Listen, no one could. What he done after the World Cup? After the World Cup a couple of years ago, no one could talk to Greece. Like no one could talk to him. He's proven himself in the last 6-7 years at world level. Do you know what I mean? So I know we're going to even talk about Barca in a second because that news report with Aguero, but Griezmann, I'm tipping to have an incredible Euros. I still don't think France are going to win it.
Yeah.
I don't think France are going to win it, but they definitely should be the favourites going into it. England have got a squad good enough to win.
Who beats France, bro?
Listen, England's got a squad good enough to win the Euros. That's the reality.
So.
But they won't.
I don't think so because England's defence is trash.
Yeah, but the way if England
and look at their goalkeeper, how are you going to win the Euros with Pickford in goal? I don't think so.
Listen, all I'm saying is just watch them highlights and watch the Pickford spill. In fact, just watch 3 or 4 of the chances.
Bro, Pickford's a bum, yeah. I see John Stones, yeah, flapping in the Champions League final, yeah. Harry Maguire's a bum as well, bro. England ain't got a chance with that defense.
I think he's injured anyway.
But either way, England ain't got a chance with that defense, bro. Yeah, I mean, and England don't even have a midfield, yeah, to make up for their lack of defense. Because if you want to turn around and say France's defense ain't the best, I would disagree. However, look at their midfield. When you got N'Golo Kante and Paul Pogba, cool. Man, I got Declan Rice and Mason Mount. Like, respectfully, the levels, like, bro, the midfield's not good enough, bro. Midfield is the part of the pitch where more often than not games are won and lost, innit? And England's midfield ain't good enough. England's defense ain't good enough. Their goalkeeper's not good enough. The only thing England have is their attackers. Grealish, Kane, Sancho, but they don't play an attacking brand of football.
That's why certain man think that they should just go out all out attack because the England.
But they should. Like literally, you have to play to your strengths, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you never saw.
Yeah.
You never saw Mike Tyson, staying behind the jab. Man's 5'11". Jab what, blood? Everyone you're fighting is bigger than you. You have to go out there, swing and try to take someone's head off. You know, like that. But you didn't see him boxing on the back foot. You can't box on the back foot when you're 5'10" heavyweight. You can't do it, innit? England trying to play on the back foot when you got no defense and no midfield. Blood, you better just go out there and try and box someone's head off. It's the only way England can win anything.
It's the one thing that people would be if they've got any fear of England, it will be with the 4, 5, maybe 6 attackers that England have got that are deadly on their day. The rest of that team, England they haven't got the respect at world level. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's the reality. So England look like, though, the way that we're shaping up, it looks like it's shaping up to be getting some 1-0s and 2-1 wins. Do you know what I mean? And it's not going to be an exciting game anytime England play, I can see. But end of the day, let's see how far they go. Semi-finals last time in the World Cup. Boy, quarters is the minimum, I would say.
But for England?
Yeah.
I think the first knockout stages England are going out, bro.
Oh no, that means he's getting sacked. They got.
I don't think he'll get sacked, bro. He's Ollie in a waistcoat, innit? If England get knocked out, Gareth Southgate's still staying, bro. Like, who else they gonna bring in? What, Frank Lampard? Bro, they got no one else.
They could bring in a foreign coach.
They're not bringing in no foreign coach, bruv. You know what I mean? The way this FA's run and all this, bruv, no foreign coach is coming in. No foreign coach is coming in, bro. It's, bruv, they had fucking AD Boothroyd in the under-21s. Man said, and now they're talking about Lampard possibly if you don't go Palace, bro. Like, they're not doing no foreign coach thing again, bro.
How are you going to give the role to someone like Lampard?
Bro, the era of former players getting jobs, yeah, this is the era, fam. There ain't going to be no foreign manager, cuz. It's going to be another fucking ex-English player that's shit and ain't qualified, bro. That's what it's going to be. Legit. Like, they need to get rid of Southgate, but they won't.
Yeah, the only way certified is if he loses if he goes out in the group, which he probably won't. So let's see. But do you know what? That group could get a bit techie still because Scotland, anything could happen.
Bro, England could easily draw with Scotland, yeah, and lose to Croatia. Easily.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Even though they should pam Scotland, don't be surprised if man end up with a draw or something and Scotland outfight England. You know them ones on a Braveheart thing. But you never know. 5 at the back, bro. I swear down. 5 at the back.
And you know Scotland love this game as well. They love playing England. Trust me.
They get up for it. That's one thing. They'll get up for this game, bro. It'd be just like England to draw with Scotland. It'd be just like that.
A lot of man are saying, someone just put in the comments about Wenger being the next England coach still. I don't think he'll take it.
Bruv, he's making too much peas on being blood. He ain't. Bruv, listen, Wenger ain't doing no England coach, bruv. For what?
Nah, his time's done, man. He doesn't need to do that now.
Bruv, man say Wenger would be perfect, but the thing is, yeah, you know why I don't think Wenger would be perfect, and I think people are just using proper like revisionism, yeah. Wenger is like what? He won a few Premier Leagues. That's it. I wouldn't look at Arsene Wenger and say he's an international manager. Wenger's not a tactician, bro. He's a great coach, innit? And coaches need their players every day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They need their players every day. Wenger's style of football and all of these things, his ethos comes down to coaching and having players around.
And I'm not sure, like, no disrespect to Wenger as well, but I'm not sure if you were to look at the 10 or 15 single big games, like away from the FA Cups, like in Europe and some certain matches in the Premier League, even like certain just standalone games, like which is what you need to be good at as an international. But
that's why Jose is more of an international coach than a Wenger.
Yeah.
International coaching definitely looks more like a Conte thing or a Wenger or a Jose thing, not a Wenger thing. Wenger's is a week in, week out. Do you know what I'm saying? Have man on the sauce doing their thing, but bro,
making sure they're eating the right food and that.
Do you know what I mean? But not making, bruv. One of the things that Arsenal fans criticized Wenger the most for was his in-game management and lack of tactical variation and stuff like that. And you think that man's built for international football? You're crazy. He ain't built for international football. All of his weaknesses would be exposed at international level. Like my man said, he's not pragmatic enough. He's not to be an international manager. International managers have to be very reactive in game, bro. You know what I mean? You can't say, all right, next week. Nah, bruv. Why are you going home? It's not next week thing.
Listen, 2 bad games and it's over. It's over. That's it.
That's it.
And it can happen to anyone. It could happen to anyone, regardless of how good your squad is. And
if you don't know where it's gone wrong, yeah, and how to remedy that immediately, you're out, bruv. You don't have time to build up momentum and that. You have to hit the ground running.
Do you know how many look, trust me, in international football, the amount of managers that it happens every single major tournament. The week after that, the tournament's done, managers are getting cut. It's even part of a lot of these man's contract that they have to perform to a certain level at world stage. They need to get to, and Gareth Southgate will probably have it as well in his contract. Like he has to get out of the group stage, and he'll probably walk if they got knocked out of the group stage. He'll walk anyway, and I think that's the kind of pressure there is. Whereas Wenger's the sort of guy who needs 5 years, like he needs 3 to 5 years minimum to implement his whole strategy. It'll never work for him. And that's probably, to be honest, that's probably the reason why certain man like Wenger will probably not come back to management. Because even in club football, he's probably thinking, is there a road where I can just sit and rest easy for 3 to 5 years without the pressure of being sacked after 18 months or 12 months?
Direct on football.
Bro, exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's no management job now that will allow you to stay in a role for that long now. You won't get it. Unless he goes and manages some mid-table team.
Yeah, I think DOF, blood, Arsene Wenger, bruv. Hey, listen, that would slap. Boy, that would absolutely slap DOF, bruv. Because he's the professor of football, blood. You know them ones. But in terms of actual management now, nah, I think that ship has sailed, my guy. I think that ship has well and truly sailed. So
people like him and Sir Alec, they're gone. They're done for now. Even though Alex Ferguson's still turning up to all the United games, fist pumping as runners with runners-up medals and that. But end of the day, those guys are done. They're done now. Do you know what I mean? I think they've had their time, and the football's moved on now. Do you know what I mean? It's moved on.
100%, bruv. Did you see Kun Aguero's dad's come out throwing shade at Pep?
Yeah, I only saw that this afternoon. Still, like, listen. The mad thing is I've been saying this for time about the relationship clearly between Kun Aguero and Pep. Yeah, it's clearly not there. It's clearly fake and fabricated. Like it even before. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see the crying thing and think instantly fake because I didn't really care that much. But before the crying thing, it was just clear the way he was like. People keep coming with the excuses. Oh, Aguero has been injured this whole season. That's why he's not played. When Aguero was fully fit for like 2 months, 18 months ago, about a year ago, he still didn't play. He still played Gabriel Jesus almost every single time. So no one could come with that talk. He's never liked the guy for some reason. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know why anyone's shocked at this because Pep Guardiola has now, Kun Aguero has joined the long list of big name, world-class players that for some reason doesn't like the guy.
You know what I would say, blood? You know what I would say, yeah? Man, listen, Pep ain't got no fucking Oscar or nothing like that, bruv. Pep weren't acting when he was crying, bruv. What Pep did say was, he said, listen, he's a great guy, yeah? He's helped me a lot settling in, bro. He never said nothing about his football, blood. You know what was there? At the end of the day, yeah, bro, listen, I'm going to keep it 100. Him and Pep speak the same language. Remember, Aguero's been one of the first in from the revolution that when City were bringing in players. Kun Aguero's been there like as long as David Silva and them, man. Yeah. So because of that, native speaker, help man settle in. He's got respect of the dressing room. He's been a big help to him off the field. But on the field, he feels like Aguero's a fucking hindrance because he doesn't want to play the way he wants him to play. And that's okay. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, like, I don't have a problem with that. Like, Pep's got a philosophy, yeah? And if a certain man's style of play doesn't fit in, rightly or wrongly, man can't build a team around you, bro. It's that simple. Same with Yaya Toure. The reason why Pep and Yaya Toure didn't really get on is because Pep wanted him to do one thing. He thought, you know what? I'm good enough to do something else. They're both right, but then you just part ways.
But that's the reason why. That's the reason why he loved KDB so much, because KDB was happy to start tracking back and be in that player that obviously he's become for him. Do you know what I mean? And there's been a lot of players in between that has just been like, no, I'm not doing that. Like,
Yaya Toure literally left Barcelona, to get out of the shadow of this Pep ball thing, and then ends up back at it at Man City, bruv. He's fuming. Obviously.
Imagine.
Do you know what I mean? They were playing him at centre-back at fucking Barcelona, bro. He played centre-back in the final, bro.
Imagine.
He played centre-back. You know what I mean? Like, how dare you play Yaya Toure at centre-back with all the talent that man's got? But at the same time, in the system, that's the only place where they saw that they had a need for him. It's the same with Kun Aguero. If you're not going to initiate the press from the front, you just don't fit man's style of play. That doesn't mean you're shit. It doesn't mean you're wrong for being upset. But, bro, ultimately, you just don't fit in it. The relationship on the pitch didn't work, bro. That's all it was. But that doesn't mean he didn't like him as a man, bro. It doesn't mean they didn't get on. But he's like, ultimately, bro, like, you can't give me what I want, bro.
Yeah. But
Like, you can't give me what I want.
Yeah, it's a two-way thing, and it's like the thing is Pep Guardiola goes off the type of player over the quality of the player. That seems to be what he seems to decide, isn't it? That's the reason why Gabriel Jesus, like, regardless of even when he came to the club, no one really highly regarded him as even in his purple patch for City so far, he's never looked like a player that has been at the level that Pep probably wants him to be. But he plays closer to the way
what he wants.
Exactly. And that's it. That's why he keeps he's been forcing that issue with Jesus for about 3 years now, bro. It's not worked.
Bruv, Jesus has not turned out to be what he was hyped up to be. Like many Brazilian strikers, man, have gone through the list. And Brazil, Man City have had a few of them. All like Joe and that, remember?
Yeah, Joe.
They're like Joe, you. What other guys? I swear they had a few Brazilian strikers.
Hulk and that.
But Joe played for Man City, blood.
All right, Joe played for Man. You're talking about Man City players. Yeah. But obviously,
the man had Robinho. They had Robinho. They had Joe.
Yeah. The thing with these Brazilian players, like especially the ones that have come in the last 10 to 15 years, they automatically come with a hype because of what's happened in the golden era of Brazil. Yeah. And Man United fell for it as well, like with flipping Kleberson. Do you know what I'm saying? We fell for it like every other team did. Do you know what I'm saying? With a lot of these men that was coming in and coming through. I remember us talking about it about a month ago. Even look at Brazil's team now. That's just the reason why people take the piss even more to even cuss Neymar, because he's the only one who could even shine any of those other man boots back in the day. He can actually play in those teams.
Yeah, he's the only player. Literally, he's the only player.
He's only currently
him and Fernandinho.
Yeah, I think Alisson's good enough to be on the bench. Like, he's good enough to be in and around that squad. But I think other than that, bro, look at the rest of that Brazilian team. Like, we're now dealing in an era that a lot of these ballers, like I said, Jesus, because of the era he's in now, he'll probably, even if he left City, he will be able to walk into one of the biggest teams in the world easily. But he's actually been very, very average for three years now.
Yeah. So the thing is, his numbers look decent on paper. He's another Raheem Sterling, bro. You know the ones. He's got good physical attributes, and he's fundamentally he's just technically sound in it. And Pep can make the most out of these kind of players because of his system. But ultimately, at other clubs,
because bro, like when you was watching it live, like when I was watching the final, like I was thinking, based on the way that the game's going, like. You didn't play. You put Gundogan in the hole. You clearly tried to overrun the other team, obviously Chelsea. It didn't work out. Then you brought on Jesus instead of Aguero. That was the point that I was thinking, Rod, this guy, I'm not saying he doesn't like Aguero, but he definitely does not want him in and around his team. Like the fact that he brought Jesus on instead of Aguero, based on the way that game was going, was just baffling to me.
Yeah, but Aguero ain't as mobile. He don't have the aggressiveness in the press to win the ball back. Like
but you know what? 5 minutes
Pep's thing's about winning the ball back though, blood. If man know Pep's philosophy, that man got the 3-second rule or something like that, where they want to win the ball back straight away after they lose it, and that. Aguero can't play in that system. Same with the likes of Zlatan and all these other guys. Yeah, the reason why Zlatan and them man don't get on with how Pep wants to play is because they don't fit the philosophy. They don't fit the profile of the player that he likes and he wants, bro. That's his prerogative, bro. Like that doesn't mean that the players are not good players. It just means that you don't suit what I want to do, bro. Like even when I'm coaching, there's certain man that, bruv, they just don't suit the way I want to see football played, bro. Like they just don't, innit? Like I just won't pick them, bro. Like it's not that they're not good players. It's just for me, it's like if you play in my team, and you ain't good on the ball, it's not happening. Even if you're an amazing athlete, I don't care, bro. Like you can run till the cows come home, bro. I intend to have a lot of the ball, so I don't need that.
No, I hear you. Listen, I completely hear you. I'm just saying, that strategy, that philosophy makes perfect sense before the game, yeah. Even in the first 2 minutes. When you're playing the game after 65 minutes, yeah, and your strategy, this philosophy is not working, yeah, and you probably think at this point you should be like, it's a cup final against Chelsea, who's pretty much nullified everything we've done so far, even when we've played Gundogan in the hole, yeah. Even when they've still nullified it. We're probably only going to get 1 or 2 chances. And what happens? 5 minutes before Aguero comes on, Jesus has that half chance. Aguero would have hit the target. With that chance, Aguero would have hit the target. And he could have scored. And that would have been the game back 1-1. Simple. So I know we're not talking about the review of that game, but bro, that was just, even after all the mistakes he made building up to that game of not playing Fernandinho, all the obvious things that people say, not bringing on Aguero earlier on was just mad to me, because they only had two major chances in the last 33 minutes. Is mad, bro. Jesus ain't finishing no chance, bro. How many chances does that guy need? He's like Sterling, like you said.
Yeah. You're right.
I don't trust that guy to finish a chance, bro. I'll put Rashford on a chance more than Jesus. No, it's true. You're right. They don't go too far, but you get
the same level though. No, I know what you mean though. I know 100% what you mean, bro. So is this one of them words? It's peak. It's peak. So I hear what man is saying about with Pep and that, but bro, honestly, like I think the thing with
but why do
Aguero,
you think Aguero? Why do you think his dad decided to get angry like that though? What's your opinion?
Listen, family get angry all the time, bro. More times, it doesn't mean they're right. You know what I mean? You're upset because your son's not playing football, and he's probably coming home saying to his dad, you know what, I'm not happy, I'm not playing. But no top footballer is going to be happy they're not playing. But ultimately, Pep knows better than you, blood. Like, that's just how it is. Like, obviously, you don't suit the way Pep plays, so you just shouldn't even want to play for him. Like, he's saying he wanted to renew his contract at City. But if you knew that Pep was staying, why would you want to stay, bruv? You can't then stay and complain. It's just like Pogba. If he signs a new deal at Man United, don't stay at Man United and then complain. You know, like that. Don't stay and complain about not winning things, bruv. Like, you know what I'm saying? The bed was already made. You decided to get in it, bruv. You could have left. Do you know what I mean? So when man's saying, he was ready to sign a new deal, for what? If he's not happy that he's not playing, why does he want to sign a new deal?
Unless it was that Pep was going to leave.
But there you go.
But I think what happened again with like Neymar's dad? I swear Neymar's dad tried to get involved like this as well. I can't even remember years ago.
Yeah, but I think Neymar's dad was like his agent though. He was controlling his image rights.
Whereas Aguero's dad's got nothing associated with him.
Nothing associated with him other than he's just running off at the mouth, blood. And it's just like, you know what? Aguero is one of the best strikers in Premier League history. His legacy cemented. Do you know what I'm saying? He'll have he'll definitely get a statue at Man City. Do you know what I mean? He's the highest club goal scorer, bro.
Of all time.
Like,
not just that, time
for one club.
He's delivered so many incredible moments for them. Do you know what I mean? Across the years, including the most important memory for them in their history. Do you know what I'm saying?
You'll get a statue, bro. You'll get a statue, but ultimately, Aguero's dad, he ain't got no right opening his mouth about nothing. The bottom line is, Pep and Sergio Aguero are allowed to have professional disagreements. That's football, innit? Do you know what I mean? There'll be players in my squad that'll ask me, like, why am I in the squad, bruv? Like, you should never have to ask me that.
It happens, innit? It happens.
If you're not in the squad, it's because I feel like I don't need you, for this specific game, or you ain't been doing what I want you to do, bruv. But either way, it's not for a good reason, because you don't leave people out because they're playing well, do you? You know, like that. So if you're not starting for me, it's because you're not doing what I've asked, bro. You know what I'm saying? And in the modern game, just scoring goals isn't enough, because we've seen it for many teams. Look at the amount of men that are scoring barely goals in the league and they're stat padders, and actually, other than score goals, they offer very little. They offer very, very little, bro. Like goals don't. They don't. You know what?
Something that I have to rate the way City go about, and even Liverpool, to be honest, right now. Yeah, like. It's not, and this is the way we used to be, bro. Listen, for Man United fans that were old, who's flipping over 12 years old or whichever, bro. through the Premier League era, we've been letting big players go all the time, and players that have fell out with Sir Alec, bro, Andy Cole, Van Nistelrooy, bro, bear these man apparently, or the more obvious ones like Beckham fell out with
falling out with Sir Alex,
bro. The truth is, Man United fans, even then, at no point really was ever worried. The only time that Man United fans were proper worried was the Ronaldo leaving, because that was the one that we didn't ever replace, and the rest of our team was starting to drop in quality and standards.
I think the reason why we weren't worried is because we had a monopoly in the Premier League, bruv. We were spending more money than everyone else, and we just knew that, bruv, if someone needs, you'll get someone else.
We knew to replace real quick.
And also, our spine was 30.
They know that they're going to replace him. They know it.
Yeah, we had a 30 spine as well. You know what I mean? When you got a 30 spine, you don't need to worry about these things. So it's just one of them things, man. But honestly, I just think that the dad is just chatting too much, innit? You know what I mean? He's chatting too much. Shut up, man. It is what it is.
What do you think about his quality in terms of, do you still think he has enough in attack? People saying, like, is he good enough to play for Barca now?
Yeah, he is. Aguero will bag goals for Barca the same way Suarez did, for the simple fact that it's a slower pace of football. You know what I'm saying? He'll be rested well, and he'll be playing with Lionel Messi. So it's like, if you're playing,
them two are going to chop it up still.
If you're playing with Leo, you're going to get chances. And one thing about Aguero is he doesn't need many chances. Yeah. Like, bruv, like, he very really misses the target, bro. Like, he's a proper gunman, innit? So, like, he's definitely scoring 25 minimum.
Another thing that people have stated in the last week or so about Aguero is the question on, is it something to do with, is it an attitude thing? And I don't agree with this, innit? But is it an attitude thing why he's also left out? Is it just a player? Because people never understood why Aguero. People never understood for Argentina why Sampaoli just kept leaving him out as well. And the manager before that kept leaving out Aguero for Argentina, baffling. That World Cup, bro, man came on and played like 30 minutes of that whole World Cup. Doesn't make any sense, like, to no one. But he was sitting on the bench for the whole World Cup. Do you know what I mean?
You're right. Yeah, maybe there is something with his attitude, bruv. And you saw him and Pep having the argument on the sideline. And then even though he apologized to Pep after, yeah, it's like, maybe he's just a hothead, bro. Like, maybe he is just a hothead, bro. But you know what it is in football, yeah? When players are doing well, nobody wants to question them. Like, no one. Like, it's all right to be a great player and have a shit attitude at the same time. We've seen it many times, but a lot of the time you don't find out about these players' attitudes because we weren't in the social media era, bro. Like, look at the amount of times where man find out after the career that this player never spoke to that player and this player had a fight with this player. You know the amount of punch-ups these men used to have in training. And
certain players you just let go. Like, even, bro, like, certain man, like, Arsenal and Man United ex-players have said it without obviously saying it, that man like Henry and Cantona, bro, they were just arrogant guys. Like, they weren't nice people to be around necessarily in comparison to other teammates. But you let it slide because they're so good. They're so good. Just
you can tell with Thierry Henry, yeah, if he doesn't like you, he's a prick, innit? You can tell. You could tell if he don't like you, he's not a nice guy to be around. You could tell, like, he's got that nasty streak in him, but that's what makes him as great as he is.
100%.
You know what I mean? He's got a nasty streak.
Wenger knew that he had to, that sometimes you just got to let certain players fly, let them be themselves, and then you're gonna see the best of it. Do you know what I'm saying?
And that's what I mean. And I think that a lot of these men have nasty streaks in it. That's what really makes you who you are, innit? Same with like Michael Jordan. You're right. Most of the top athletes, yeah, have a nasty streak, bro. They have to, because you have to look after yourself out there, and you have to have this undying belief, yeah, that you're the best, innit? And it's kind of like that nasty streak can come across. It could come across as arrogance. It could come across as, do you know what I mean? You're sulking. It could come across as loads of different things. It could come across as petulance with Ronaldo punching the floor and crying like a little bitch. Like, it comes across in loads of different ways, innit? You know, like that. And that's just what it is. Kobe's the same, bro. You just gotta have this nasty streak sometimes, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like all these guys you're saying, Floyd Mayweather's another one. Like when Ortiz tried to headbutt him and he punched man in the ring, yeah. It's like protect yourself at all times, man. Like I didn't hear the bell and just punch man in the face. A man's talking about you should touch gloves, bro. There's no rule that says I have to touch gloves after you headbutt me. I'm gonna punch you in your face. Like that's how it needs to be, innit? Like you need to have a nasty streak, innit? And it's one of them ones where Aguero clearly has a nasty streak in it, and he's just kind of like, you know what? I want to be playing. Why am I not playing? Fuck this guy, in it. That's what it is, respectfully. And you're allowed to have professional disagreements, bruv. A lot of these man, they're allowed to believe that they're the best because they are, and the coach is allowed to believe that I know better than you because Pep's won everything. So they're both right, blood. They're both right, but it just means that you're just not compatible.
Sometimes things work out. Sometimes things don't work out as well. Not every player is gonna love every manager, and vice versa. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't work out. Doesn't mean it's nothing. It doesn't mean that the player is not good enough, or it doesn't mean the manager is not good enough. But let's see what he does in it for Barca. Let's see what he does.
Bruv, and the same thing with Sir Alec. Yeah, everyone talks about how good his man management is, but no one talks about how many players he fell out with. So
bro, he fell out there, man. Like,
well, there you go. So you can have good man management and still fall out with people. You know what that's called? Exactly. That's called not being compatible, bro. Like that's what happens. Sometimes your personality is not compatible with other people's personalities. That don't mean that you're not good with people. It just means that certain type of people just rub you up the wrong way, innit?
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Yeah.
So like you can be a good man manager and still fall out with players. Like there's no such thing as a manager that gets on with everyone, bro. Actually, there is, and it's not a successful one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you're a yes man as a coach, like Solskjaer, you don't win things, bro.
Yeah.
You don't fucking win things trying to keep people happy. It's not about keeping people happy, it's about winning, bro.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
That's it. It's not about arms around. Like that's the reality. And even if you look back now, even if you listen to interviews from Man United players from the past, a lot of them will always praise Fergie for his coaching and his ability, but you won't hear a lot of them even praise him for like how much of a nice guy he was.
No one talks about him as a person. Everyone talks about bruv, listen, nobody says, oh yeah, you're so nice. Only Ronaldo. CR7's the only one that talks about him as a person, as a father figure. Everyone else is just like, yeah, man, he was a great manager. Bruv, Bear man never liked him. Bruv, don't ever get it twisted.
Trust me.
Even Rooney came out and was like, Van Gaal's the best coach I've ever played under. Man, we're talking about Ferguson's coaching.
Trust me.
Legit, blood. Like, bro, like, listen, man, you have to be, bro. You see the way people word things.
I can't believe when he said that,
bro. You see the way people word things, yeah. It tells you everything you need to know. Certain man are scared. They were just scared of man. A lot of them were scared of man. It's the boss, blood. They call man the boss. All when he's not even their manager no more. They call him the boss now. So they were shook of him. You know, like that. They were scared of him, bro.
Just imagine. Like that. Just imagine, bro. He had the game on wrap, bro. Like LMA, League Managers Association, bro. He headed it up, bro. I remember people said that if he couldn't make the meeting, bro, the meeting doesn't happen. The whole league, let's say 19 managers, bro. Normally it goes ahead, innit? But like if certain managers can't make the meeting, whatever, bro. If Fergie couldn't make it, doesn't happen, bro. He had the game on wrap. He controlled the game. That's it. But
that's it. And like my man said, managers don't need to be liked, they need to be respected. Again, the difference between Sir Alex Ferguson and fucking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, everyone's talking about, oh yeah, everyone likes him and they want him to do well, but no one don't respect Solskjaer. Remember when Fred's quotes came out the other day saying, oh, like, remember, he was like, oh, he's a young manager and that, and he's improving. You don't say that about a manager. How's a player saying that about a manager?
Yeah.
He's improving.
Yeah.
What? At Man United? How's a manager learning on the job at Man United?
And the problem is that you really should be, the interviews of players really should be like, I'm so happy working under Ole. But you're not going to hear that a lot because that's the problem. Like people are not excited to work under there. But that's another story for another day. But I just think the differences between a lot of modern day managers, because Ollie's not the only one. You know, all right, Arteta maybe seems a little bit different to Ollie, but Lampard seemed to be the same as well. Arm around the arm around you. Do you know what I mean? Like cuddles and worrying more about the mentality and the happiness of the player rather than the tactics. That seems to be what certain new managers are like now. That's it.
Yeah. Facts, bro. And this is what it is, bro. Literally work experience FC, blood. How's man learning on the job? You know what I mean? Like, that don't even make no sense. I mean, man's doing up YouTube tutorials, you know, in the dugout at Old Trafford, blood, while we're playing. Maybe that's what my man's watching on the iPad, bruv. You know, like that, them YouTube tutorials of how to press and that.
Probably football manager, like the video said, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. So it's not about being friends, yeah, with the players, bro. It's about respect, and it's about knowing what you're fucking doing. And when you know what you're doing, players respect that, innit? And that's what it is, bro. Players don't have to like.
That's actually why, for some reason, and I know it's just Ollie's style, innit? But that's the reason why it always annoyed me, even from the first week he was here, when he started being like, "Oh, Rashy." I hate that stuff.
Man, like Jonah, man, like Phil Jones and that Jonah and that. Yeah. Jonah, the fuck out of here, bro. Jonah, bruv, listen, get in the bin with all that shit. Get in the bin with all that. You know, like that, bruv. What? I've never seen nothing like it in my life.
Trust me, that's how you know the respect level, the balance. Or it's one of them ones where you think your teacher's your mate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Rashy and that. Nah, there's not, the respect's not there on both sides for sure.
It's not there, bro. You know, that's why a lot of them want him to stay, you know, because they know that if a real manager comes in, they're done at it, you know. You know them ones. Imagine if a Conte comes in, a man are doing that.
Yeah.
Fuck off, bro. He's not having it. He's not having it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the shit that them man are doing, they can't get away with a proper manager.
Trust me.
They can't get away with it. And that's why a lot of these men like him, bro. That's why players like Andreas Pereira and that, they loved Ollie, mate. Of course they loved him, because they knew that they wouldn't be in the Man United squad with a proper manager, bro.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. So all of this fake harmony at Manchester United, yeah, it's not real, blood. A lot of players are comfortable having Ollie there because they know they don't have a career at Man United if he's not. That's just all it is. But you can't tell me that they're happy with constantly coming up short. You can't tell me that when them players' legs were fucking like lead, yeah, and he weren't making substitutions. You can't tell me man weren't looking over at the bench like, hold on, like these men have made 4 changes. What's going on?
And what baffles me is just that Mike Phelan, I expected better. Like, why not come with your experience and be like, look what's happening here. Do you know what I mean? Whisper in the ear. Let's do this. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mike Phelan apparently don't have any coaching responsibility. It's been removed from him. That's what was coming out in the media, saying that he doesn't have any coaching responsibility. I don't know what he does. Can you, man, in the comments, let me know what Mike Phelan actually does? What is his title at the club?
How can he not have any coaching responsibility? What's he doing then?
Bro, he's the assistant manager, but doesn't manage. What is he? I don't really know. Because I heard he's been relieved of his coaching duties.
He said he doesn't have any coaching responsibilities.
Brother, I don't know. It was in something, bro. I swear down.
I'm guessing he's not running drills, innit? He's probably not running any coaching sessions. So he's probably just overseeing, which is mad. But if you're going to do that, then that's more reason why you should be standing next to, you know, them old school days, bro, when the assistant manager was standing on the touchline with the manager. Bro, I'll be like, if I was feeling, I'll stand alongside you because I need to be making these decisions alongside you. And feeling, people don't remember when Phelan first came into this fold again, yeah, the gas from United fans, because everyone knew that this guy at least knows what he's doing. He's seen the experience from the glory days of Manchester United. So I am very disappointed in what he's not done, to be honest with you, in the last however many years. But we can only hope for better. Maybe the times will change. You know what I mean? Maybe next season will be different because we're making progress.
He's a scrub, innit, bruv? He's a scrub. I told man already, bro. Like, he used to just hold Sir Alex chewing gum. That's all he used to do. You know what I'm saying? And when he came back, everyone thought he was going to bring back the glory days, fam. And he ain't brought back nothing, bro, but fucking wearing suits to away days. That's the only thing he brought back. It's the only thing he brought back. He can fuck off, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? He's just, bruv, he's a loser, bruv. When I see that bread there, everything about him makes me sick, bro. They're just bums, innit? All these men there are just opportunists, bruv, and they're sponges, mate. That's it. McKenna would never be good enough. Carrick will never be good enough, bro, because them two are apparently are in charge, bro. They're in charge of the training.
Because Carrick's learning on the job, innit? So I thought, okay, look, that's why Fielding was the one that disappointed me more, because I was like, okay, maybe my Carrick's new to this. He's learning, innit? But Mike Fielding, you're not learning. That's what confuses me, bro.
Yeah, but what's new, bro? Like, I ain't played Premier League football, but I tell you what, bro. If I'm taking Man United's training sessions, week in, week out, you man will know. Literally by the end of the week when you see them play on Saturday, you will know straight away, bruv, that man have been doing something different in training, bruv. You will know within a week.
But that's what I'm confused about with Michael Carrick, because people obviously always. You know, we all knew how good his football brain was as a player. But I guess, like we've said in the past, like certain players struggle to transfer that into management or coaching. And no one can understand why. He seems like he's just struggling to explain himself or implementing a strategy, or implementing any type of like what you just said, input that sticks, because no one's really seen any difference since Carrick's been there, which is a shame.
Bro, he was there under Jose, when Rui Faria left, so he's been there for long enough, to have imprinted his personality on something. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And the thing is,
probably one of the longest running front coaches still.
Bruv, he hasn't brought in attacking football. He hasn't improved us defensively, because we've got worse defensively. Like, man hasn't, bruv, you haven't improved the midfielders. Like, what have you done? Legit, like, what tangible, thing can I see from you being there for nearly 4 years? Nothing, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's the process. Time will improve. Let's see what happens next season.
Literally, just because man are decent ballers, that don't mean that they understand football. It doesn't mean that, bro. When you look at like Thomas Tuchel, when you look at all of these guys, bro, these men are not elite level footballers, bro. They're not. Most of these elite level footballers can't cut the mustard, as coaches. Do you know what I mean? Because most of them are good, but they don't know why they're good. You know, like that. Being good at football, a lot of it's innate, bruv. Like, you can teach someone to be decent at football, but the top footballers, you can't teach what they have, bro. And they don't know why they have it, bro. And if you don't know why you have it, if you don't know why you have it, bro, then you can't teach it. How can I teach you something that I don't understand? You can't. You can't teach something you don't understand, bro. You know, like that. And that's why a lot of these guys. And
also, it comes to your type of character as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you could also just be one of these players who sits back and literally just takes. All right, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Like just a yes man but doesn't actually sometimes like what you would have hoped Michael Carrick done, for example, is in the glory days when Man United was winning 10, 15 games in a row, winning doubles, sit back and be like, what is actually making us win? Like, but players won't be doing that. They'll just be like going happy-go-lucky, going home, going back to training, winning next week. But no one's sitting and thinking, you know what? Why are we actually winning? Let me think from not a player's perspective. Let me look at it from an outside view. Players aren't doing that. There's only 1 or 2 players in every squad that's probably doing that. And that's why only 1 or 2 players, even from golden era of squads, make it as good managers.
But bro,
that's it.
No, I'm saying there's an argument to be had, and a lot of people don't even want to hear it. Like, why hasn't Sir Alex Ferguson produced one decent manager?
He's produced a lot of managers, though, But
you know why he's produced a lot of managers? Because you get the Sir Alex Ferguson ticket, so you get the job easy because you played for Man United. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you not think that's harsh?
I don't. I don't. Bruv, look
So
at all the guys that become managers. Dwight York ain't. You know them ones there.
No,
Bruv, Steve Bruce, Steve Bruce. If you're British and white, yeah, you're gonna get a job, yeah. If you played for Man United in the league, bro. It's facts. It's facts, bro. Like, bro, Paul Scholes ain't a manager. Phil Neville got the England thing because he's white, he's English, and he played for Man United. Wayne Rooney's already a manager because he's white, he's English, and he played for Man United. If David Beckham wanted to be a manager, he could be a manager. Do you know what I'm saying? Roy Keane's Irish, but he's still white. He played for Man United, got a job. Do you know what I'm saying? Who else? Mark Hughes. He's white, he's British, he got a job. But how many of them are actually good? None of them, bro. What did they actually learn? They're just average. Bro, they're just average, what did they learn? What did they learn from Sir Alex Ferguson? Do you know what I mean? Because Xavi can say, you know what? I learned this from Pep. I learned this from Lamazia, yeah. I learned this from I learned this from Johan Cruyff. I learned this from fucking Louis van Gaal. I learned this from what the fuck have these men learned from Sir Alex Ferguson? What have they learned, bro?
Winning mentality.
What have they learned?
Winning mentality.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where, bro.
Nah, I'm pretty sure there's got to be at least one good manager he's produced.
None.
All right, Carlos Queiroz, but as an assistant, innit?
Carlos Queiroz went from being his assistant to managing Real Madrid. Carlos Queiroz already had talent. That's why he was doing the coaching under Sir Alex Ferguson. Is man mad? Same with Steve McLaren. Yeah, man laugh at the Wally with the brolly, but he went abroad and won trophies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had
but people don't want to say that. He had good assistant managers all the way through.
Of course he did, bruv.
Bro, he always had good assistant managers. Like,
bro, even Ten Hag, yeah. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Like Pep's got pedigree, bro. Man come from beneath Pep and succeed, bro.
But
no one ain't succeeded, bro. You know why? Because what made Sir Alex Ferguson great, yeah? He couldn't teach it. And this is the point that I'm trying to make. And when you're a great footballer, yeah, what makes you great? A lot of the time you can't teach it, which is why a lot of these great footballers don't make great coaches, bro. That's it, bro. What Sir Alex Ferguson made him great? What made him great was him, and you can't teach someone to be you. And that's just what it is, bro. Like he didn't give. There's nothing tangible that he could have given them to say, "Yo, take this book." Pep can give man a book and say, here's the book of this is how to press, this is how to do this, here's my philosophy, take this, this is you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Sir Alex Ferguson was like, yeah, when we were losing, but I just threw 4 strikers on, blood. Like, you can't give that to Ollie and Ollie be like, all right, cool, yeah, I'm going to throw on 4 strikers. Bro, it's not going to work for you because you're not Sir Alex Ferguson.
I'm not going to lie, like someone said it in a group chat the other day that was kind of like, I didn't have an answer for it. Like, there was like, how has Sir Alex Ferguson traveled around the world for 3 years with this club, yeah, and somehow he's not been able to imprint any sort of common sense into Ollie, because you got to think about it, like how you understands, yeah, and we all know, yeah, Ollie's probably calling him up before and after the game, going up to his room before the game, boss, what do I need to do, bro? How has he not been able to implement and tell him, Ollie, sit down, this is what you need to do to win the game? Which is mad, isn't it? Because you know that if Fergie took over that club now, he'll win bare games. But for some reason, he can't teach it.
Yeah, but if you can't teach it, you ain't no good to no one. You know, like that. You're not no good to no one once you can't. It's the same with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan can't play now. The reason why Michael Jordan ain't an NBA coach here is because he can't shoot the hoops no more.
Yeah, that's it.
So if you can't teach someone else, and because of his memory,
and because he's too like his personality type, he's not the sort of person who really.
Well, there you go. But what I'm saying is, like, thanks for all the memories, but bruv, you're no use to man no more because you can't pass it down. Do you know what I'm saying? If you can't pass something down,
because I'm not gonna lie, like I wonder why and the cameras always pan to Fergie's in the stands. Why? What's it? What's he? Do you know what I mean? So I'm always the impression that United fans have is that he's there teaching Ollie something.
That's what I mean. And Ollie always says, "Oh yeah, like invited him on the team bus to do what?" you know, like that. Or sometimes I talk to him. And like Bruno come out in the other day in the interview saying, "Oh, like it's great to have him there. I'd love to ask him what I could improve on and that." Bruv, ask him what? Man, I want to coach. You're shit, bruv. You know what I mean? Man had to deal with Scholes and Keane, and now you have to chat to Bruno. Fergie's too old for that. Man ain't got no time to talk to Bruno.
Oh yeah, because he had dinner with them before the game, innit?
Bruv, listen, Fergie, what?
The picture,
he would have lost his mind with Bruno, blood. I know that because their personalities would clash big time. Because Bruno walks around with his chest up like he's already done everything in football and he ain't won shit. Sir Alex Ferguson ain't having that. Do you think Sir Alex Ferguson would have given him the armband as soon as he came into the club? Are you mad?
Yeah.
You'd have probably had him filling up the water bottles, bruv. That's the difference. You know what I mean? Sir Alex Ferguson wouldn't have given him that armband. Yeah. You know like that. So man could talk about in like a fond way, bruv. Listen, young fierce Sir Alex Ferguson ain't got no time for Bruno, blood. None whatsoever. Man just came in. You ain't won us nothing, bruv. I dealt with Cantona's, bro. He dealt with Cantona's.
Well, he's a new Cantona, as people say. 4
Prems in 5 seasons, Cantona. And then this guy that goes missing every time you need him, bruv. It's not the same. It's not the same. Do you know what I mean? Look at the NBA, bruv. Magic. Dead coach. Do you know what I mean? Larry Bird's all right. Do you know what I mean? Steve Nash is doing well, but Steve Nash has been given like every fucking good player in the league. You know, like that.
But it works like that in every sport, innit? Like where the players...
But, you know, like I said, Akeem, you cannot teach what makes you great, blood. You can't teach it, bro. Like literally, unless you're an amazing coach and it's strategic. Like again, Bielsa can teach people to be great because he has a methodology. He has a philosophy you can write a book on. What's Sir Alex Ferguson's philosophy? What's his methodology? Where's the book? Where's the mantra? There isn't one. It's just him. So you can't teach that. So if you can't write it down on paper, it's no good to no one.
We still hope that he's teaching Ollie something.
He's not teaching Ollie nothing, bro. You know, like that. All these men have got is emotional memories, blood. That's all they have. What they have is memories of the boss and the hairdryer. Do you know what I'm saying? And the tapping of the watch. But if Ollie taps his watch, no one's gonna care. Do you know like that? Bro? You can't
the same way. It don't work.
It doesn't work, bro. That's why he ain't produced a good coach, because there's no book. There's no instruction manual to be Sir Alex Ferguson. There's only one. There's only one. Pep's got an instruction manual you can pass down. Bielsa's got one. Van Gaal's got one.
Bobby Robson had one as well. Big up. He had a strategy.
But there you go. And that's why they keep creating good coaches. And still, I'm still waiting for one good coach to come out. One of the Fergie fledglings to be good. It will never happen.
I think Ryan Giggs might end up being a top class coach, isn't it? You know,
yeah, you coach the prison team. That's it, innit? You know what I'm saying? You coach the prison team, bruv. Because that's the only thing he'll be coaching, mate. He's done. Do you know what I'm saying? Zidane was Ancelotti's understudy. Do you know what I mean? There's so many things. Ten Hag and Pep. All these things, bro. You had Ronald Koeman, Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, with Louis van Gaal at Barcelona. Bro, like, you seen it, bro. Sir Alex Ferguson ain't produced one, bro. And that's because what made him great is not tangible, bruv. You can't write it down on a piece of paper. He was a special human being, bruv. But that's not good enough for the people below.
But I also think this is it was odd that as much as he couldn't pass it down, the Man United players, especially the players that were in their final years or already retired from the game, and Fergie was in that period, like 08 to 2012, 2013. I'm surprised no player like did sit back and like start being like, boss, I want to follow you around.
No, he said Ollie done that. He said Ollie had a pen and pad out.
He didn't do that rubbish, man. No,
bruv, he said that Ollie was always asking him questions, writing things down, and he's still shit, bruv.
Ollie don't look like that sort of guy.
Bruv, he said that Ollie could analyze the game from the bench, and come on and make a difference. That's a lie, bruv. That never happened. Oli scored them goals because he was a scavenger and Man United created bare chances, not because he's bare smart. You know what I was there? It's not because he's smart. Because if he was smart, he'd be a good manager.
These times they're making a narrative that Ollie's coming up to the boss being like, all right, we need to do this, we need to do that, blah, blah, blah. Nah, shut
Bro,
up.
listen, yeah. The brother scored goals because he was a scavenger. That's it. He was like a Pippo Inzaghi baller, bro. Like, man just literally, was just around
hanging on the offside line.
Bro, he was around the chaos, blood. He played on the last man and he had good movement inside the box, bro. That's why he loves Edison Cavani. You know them ones there because he moves a lot in and around these areas and he puts himself in places where he can do damage. It's not because he's mad smart, bruv. Yeah, it's not because he's mad smart. Because you can see as a coach, he's not smart, bruv. 100 minutes, no substitution. Is that football IQ? Nah, bro. It's not. Intelligence is not what man made a career of. So man needs to stop pretending. Do you know what I'm saying?
That gives me jokes that he said that he followed him around.
But he said he had a notepad. Towards the end of his career, he was writing bare things down. I swear to God, I'm not making this up.
Oh my days.
I swear to God, I'm not making this up.
Oh my days. Well, listen, so I guess the only positive for Ollie, at least he had the ambition of being a great manager one day, innit? But you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much.
Bro, he's a bum, fam. He's a bum. And that's why I say, and I say it to say it like this, because a lot of people, getting their feelings when it comes to Salih and all of these things, bro. He's an absolute legend. He's a great man, bro. He's a great man, but you can't teach someone how to be a great man, bro. You can't teach that. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no instruction manual. He hasn't written one. That's why all of his players are shit managers. That's why, because there's no book. There's no book. Pep's got a book.
They all start off with the mad confidence that they'll be great.
That's it. They start with, because they're like, yo, I've played for the best manager ever, so that means I must have learned something. And then you show us that you haven't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then when you use the tactics that he used and it doesn't work, you're like, hold on, how come it's not working?
If anything, now I think about all of the managers, man like Steve Bruce has probably done better than most of them. To be honest with you. If you actually think
the fact that Steve Bruce is still in a Premier League job means that he's been more successful than all of them.
If you think of Paul Scholes, Roy Keane, bro, they were all of them, bro. If you actually look at all the others, bro, Steve Bruce has probably done quite well, to be honest. That's the maddest thing.
Bro, listen, he's kept a Premier League job longer than any of them. No Fergie fledgling has kept a Premier League job longer than Steve Bruce. Deep that.
Oh my days. It's mad because they've actually all gone into management. Like, even like all of them has gone into management in some way, shape, or form. They've tried their hand. That's mad. Like a lot of that class of 90 all tried their hand at it, but that's what I'm saying. You think in today's game you can be kicking boots at man and expect them to go out and play for you, blood. They're down in tools.
They're down in tools, my guy. You know like that. They're down in tools. What do you mean? They're on the phone to the agent, bro.
Oh my!
Straight away, man. Bust my eye. Man, split my eye.
Oh my!
This man mad.
But
nah,
man through the boot.
Bro, man cut man's eyebrow and that. And then man had the clip in his hair with his hair back to show everyone his eye was bust and that.
Right, that was just before we went to Madrid, innit? Oh my days.
Is man mad? Nah, these men are not serious.
Oh my days.
You know like that. So when you think, that Steve Bruce, is the most successful manager this brother has created in football,
we must be missing someone.
There's something missing, Akeem, bruv. It's not speculation anymore. Why not one? Pep's an active manager and he's produced better managers than a manager that retired. What? A decade.
The only thing he's done is he's produced a lot of managers, a high volume. But like you said, you think it's because people on their CV are writing used to play for Fergie and that. That's all.
Oh, he's literally Don Corleone of the Premier League. Of course, he's going to produce better managers. They were all his runners, blood. So of course they're going to get promoted. The respect that he has straight away, guarantees, bruv. The fact that Lampard got the Derby job because of who his uncle was, and his uncle weren't fucking Sir Alex Ferguson. So that's how easy it is.
Yeah.
So imagine if you got Sir Alex Ferguson, the brother that ran the whole league on his own. Of course, you play for him, you get a job. How do you think Solskjaer got the Cardiff job in the first place? He's not even English. He's not even English. He's not British.
Yeah, Fergie just made a quick call. Yeah,
quick call, bro. What do you think that? What do you think that he didn't give man a reference?
Yeah.
Is man mad? Come on, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? It's some joke thing.
Bro, trust me. Bro, that's why it's actually mad when you think about how all these men still call him boss as well. Nah, to this day, bro, he's literally got the whole game on wrap. He had the game wrapped around his finger. Referees, the LMA, the association, the players, which you got handed to him. Bro, you got handed to him, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? That's what
I mean. And the thing is, when man talking about Laurent Blanc came to Manchester United in the twilight of his career, blood.
Yeah. No, that was one of them. How long was he even there?
That was like a Henrik Larsson thing, bro. You can't put none of that down to Sir Alex Ferguson. Yeah. Sir Alex Ferguson didn't produce no Laurent Blanc, blood. If anything, Laurent Blanc was coaching that Man United team when he came in, blood. He was old, blood. He came in at like 35 with his socks down by his ankles, bruv. What's man telling me? Laurent Blanc is a professor of football, you know. Don't ever think that.
That's like that would be like saying that Oli has coached Cavani.
Yeah, exactly. Oli ain't coached Cavani. That's exactly it. You can't coach Cavani. You just bring him in and let him do what he wants to do.
That's it.
Do you know what I'm saying? So man can't turn around and say, "Oh yeah, like the Laurent Blanc thing's got anything to do with Sir Alex Ferguson." Laurent Blanc is French first and foremost, so man's football education had nothing to do with the tripe that was going on in the Premier League, blood. You know what I'm saying? Now, bruv, he's a legend in his own right. He came to Manchester United already a legend in football. That's like saying that Sir Alex Ferguson fucking coach Van der Sar, blood. Van der Sar came to Man United as a seasoned international old man, bruv, and he came just to see out his career there, bruv.
Yeah.
Van der Sar was already at the pinnacle when he came to Man United. You could argue that he wasn't even at his best when we signed him, and he was still probably our best goalkeeper in my lifetime, but we should have probably got him 4 years before that.
I guess the only other top coach besides Steve Bruce was Phil Neville, innit? Phil Neville will probably get the ratings. That's it. I'm literally going through some of the man now, and
didn't man get sacked as England's women's manager?
Yeah, he did still, yeah.
Brother, how can you not even keep that? They said that they sacked him for a tweet, but it weren't no tweet. They sacked him because they wanted rid of him, bruv. Listen, if Jamie Carragher can spit out of you and keep his job, Phil Neville never got sacked for no tweet, innit? Let's keep it a buck, innit? Man weren't even good enough to coach the England ladies team.
But he's still done better than his brother. So, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Nah. Listen, bro. End
of the day, yeah. I'm shocked in it that you're right. After 30 years, that he's probably produced. I wouldn't be surprised if there's 20 to 25 man that's probably ended up having a stint at least as a manager that he's managed. But the reality is, none of them have ended up being world class in it.
Man said mutual agreement. Yeah, that's a sacking, bro. That's what great. That's that PR sacking, innit? Mutual agreement.
That's what Wenger got. Mutual agreement. Do you want me to get what you like? That's it.
That's it. That's what I mean. Pep is a Bielsa Cruyff disciple, same as Poch and Simeone. Look at all these successful managers that are disciples of the greatest coach of all time, Johan Cruyff. And then you have
Cruyff,
all of the disciples, of the greatest manager of all time in a lot of people's books, and they're all shit.
Yeah.
There's a question. There's a conversation that really needs to be had. With no bias, bruv. That's why it's called unpopular opinions. I ain't got no time for emotions.
But you know, sometimes you got to look at it from the reality. Is the funniest thing is, as much as we were even cussing, or not even cussing, but saying this about Fergie, look at all the British managers besides Bobby Robson. There's been no one else in the UK. Even look at now. Look, there's no UK managers that should be right now. We should be like Sam Allardyce's birth.
It's only Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah,
and Brendan Rodgers, is a fucking Mourinho.
Brendan Rodgers, exactly. So, and he's British. Okay, he's British, English.
Yeah. He's British managers, from Northern Ireland.
Yeah. British managers, few and far between, have what I'm saying is had that stature where, because look, managers like Steve, like Warnock or Sam Allardyce, they should have 3 or 4 managers that at least has got to management and played it at a high level. Do you know what I'm saying? But manage at a high level. But the quality of British managers right now is low, or it has been for a long time. So because of that, Fergie looks good. He still looks really, really good in terms of.
And these British managers ain't got no philosophy. That's why there's nothing to pass down, bro. It's just spit and sawdust, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Brian Robson and Gordon Strachan. Look at these guys.
Pub football and that. Wilder.
Yeah, but Gordon Strachan, bruv, and Brian Robson. You see what I mean? Spit and sawdust football, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Fucking pie and pints football, bruv. It's fucking shit. So I don't respect it, bro. I don't respect this pie and pints football. That's why, I can't be out here in Old Trafford singing with all these fucking idiots, bro. Like, I want to see champagne, blood. That's why I got my own football team.
Pie.
Bro, you know what I mean? Jellied eels football and that. I want to see some real football. I want to see man take care of the ball. I want to see patterns of play. I want to see shapes. I want to see everything, blood. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, bro. It's horrible.
Oh my days.
That's why these men can't produce, bro. You know what I mean? People coach how they're coached, innit? Like people parent the way they're parented, and etc., etc. You know them ones. These men are coaching the way they're coached. Do you know what I mean? And who's coaching these men, bro? That's all I'm saying.
Certain man said Neil Lennon, though, he's been successful because he's won
treble.
He won the treble still.
Listen, all I'm saying is, if man coach the way they've been coached, and man ain't produced no coaches, there's a conversation to be had, Akeem. That's all I'm saying.
Not for real.
That's all I'm saying.
For real.
That's all I'm saying. Because if man coach the way they've been coached, and one manager's producing bare coaches and one manager's not producing none, man have to have a conversation. That's all I'm saying, innit? That's all I'm saying, bro. Whether man like it or not, you know, like that. Because at the end of the day,
Gordon Strachan.
No, but bro, think about it. Like how, innit? Like there's different ways to measure success in life, innit? There's different ways to measure success in life. But if you're a parent, and all your kids are failures, man have to look at you as a parent and say there's something that you didn't give them that you had. Yeah. There's something you didn't pass down.
Like I said, some people just don't. Some people are just not that good at passing down. They can't seem to do it. And I'll be real, like I can't. I remember some tweet or something saying, they can't wait for like a World Cup final in 20 years of Messi and Ronaldo both being the managers of Portugal and Argentina. I'll be like, bro, these men are not gonna be as good as you think.
The manager of fucking Portugal is probably gonna end up being Jose Font or something, bruv. You know them ones. It ain't gonna be Ronaldo. Ronaldo ain't manager material. Just because he was standing on the sideline and screaming, like in the Euros, and Bear Man thought that he brought it home for Portugal. But no one listening to him, bro. Like legit, man, it was pure adrenaline that got them man through that. He had a pulled hamstring. He weren't doing shit. Like, you know, like that.
If I was the coach, to be honest, I probably would have just said sit down, but I would have probably just said, you know what, stay shouting because you're doing my job for me.
Bruv, you know, like that, bruv. Messi's tactics was pass me the ball, blood. Like, you know, it's not groundbreaking stuff, bro. It's not groundbreaking stuff. Do you know what I mean? Messi's not going to say, you know what, like, Tevez was open. Now he's like, give it to me, blood. What happens when man can't give you the ball no more? How are you going to coach them?
That's it. All he'll do is find someone who's as good as him, who he's coaching, and be like, pass him the ball. That's it. Pass him the ball, and then he'll do everything.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro, I'll be shocked. I don't even think them two are going to go into management, innit? But maybe one of them will, but both of them, I doubt both of them will. So we'll see.
That's what I mean. And this one, he said that the only successful Fergie created Steve McLaren. But bruv, did he produce him though? That's all I'm saying. Because
And also,
Steve
it's
McLaren, was a well-renowned up-and-coming young coach, yeah, and Sir Ferguson gave him an opportunity, yes, yeah, but can you say
hold
that?
Hold on. Does that mean he was successful because he won the League Cup with Middlesbrough? Anyway, what we're talking about is managers at elite level, top level, isn't it? Because obviously, technically, you could say Steve Bruce is a successful manager because he's been in the Premier League for the best part of his career. Do you know what I'm saying? On and off. So you could say he's successful, but we're talking about elite level, which you'd think in 25, 30 years of managing some of the best players in the world, he would have produced at least one that is an elite level. That's all that was kind of meant by them comments. But yeah,
all I'm saying is, Steve McLaren never played for
Mark Hughes managed Man City. Mark Hughes managed Man City as well.
That's a joke thing. Bare people don't even remember that. The facts are, Steve McLaren was only at Steve McLaren was only at Man United for 2 years, blood. Not even 2 years, 2 seasons, I think. The 99 season and then the 2000 season. I think he left in 2001. So man was only there for 2 seasons, blood. So I can't give Sir Ferguson all the credit for Steve McLaren going away and winning something. Same with Queiroz. I can't give man the credit for Carlos Queiroz. Queiroz done a thing in his own right, blood. Even done a thing with Iran as well. You know, that I can't say that was down to Sir Ferguson. That I could say that Sir Ferguson done a very good job of picking his coaches. That's what I would say. I wouldn't say that he produced them.
That was an important factor.
Do you know what I'm saying? So man have to have these honest conversations, bro. Like people get too emotional when it comes to football, blood. I don't get emotional when it comes to football like that for the simple fact that, bro, man's played football. I know that football is a scummy game, bruv. You know what I'm saying? When you're in the system, and you're playing football and you're around coaches and you're around all these things, you realize how cutthroat football is, blood. Football don't love you, bro. Do you know what I mean? As soon as you're injured, that's you done, fam. Football don't care about you. There's millions or billions of people trying to be where you're at, blood. You know, like that football is flavor of the month. Football ain't got no time for emotions, B. So I can't get too emotional about it.
100%.
You know what I mean? The facts are there, innit? If one man ain't producing no managers and another man's producing bare managers, then obviously he's passing down something that you're not passing down, bro. If it's not tangible,
is gonna pass something to Ollie, but right now I don't look like he is right now.
Bro, but that's it, bro. The fact is, as a parent, Akeem, yeah.
No, do you know what? Otherwise, I don't see why he keeps going to all the games, like home and away every week, bro. Like, if you're not implementing anything to Ollie, like, what are you going for a fan? Otherwise, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't get it. Like, that's the whole reason why you should be there, like, to be passing something down to him.
But there you go. But like, here, take this in, yeah. Like, your parent. If you can't pass anything down to your children, bro, you failed as a parent, yes or no?
True, 100%.
Well, there you go. My man said Sir Alex probably wasn't a teacher, but bro, a coach is a teacher. So if he's not a teacher, that means he wasn't a coach. So that means you're agreeing that he was a manager and not a coach. And that so then certain man are saying that actually man's overrated is what you're saying. That's what you're saying. You can't say someone's not a teacher. A coach is a teacher. Coaching is teaching. Coaching is teaching. That's exactly what it is. It's just a different word for the same thing.
And I'm not gonna lie. Look, I get it. Like, Fergie doesn't have full control over these players' careers when they become managers. But you know, one of the weird things about some of these players who've become managers, like Scholes and Gary, like some of these players, like, they look like they're a fish out of water. Like they don't even look like they've got any fundamental, like, managerial information. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not like they've just had a bad run and like a bad time at the club. Like it happens in football. Do you know what I'm saying? Some of these man just look like they don't even know what they're doing, bro. Like, and these are the best, bro. You're talking about Scholes, Roy Keane, like some of the best players, and they don't look like they know anything, bro. Like managing Sunderland, Oldham, bro. Those clubs, they were struggling.
Yeah.
How? It's not Barcelona or anything, like where if you don't win 4 games, people are going to threaten to get sacked. Do you know how much time those men had at those clubs because of who they were? Which is what I go back to what you were saying. They had that credit in the bank. There was fans there was probably like, bro, this is Paul Scholes. We got to give him time. It's Paul Scholes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he wouldn't have, and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank and all of these other men, Darren Moore, they wouldn't have had that time. not trying to turn it into something else, but I'm saying they wouldn't have
100%, bro. And that's why I say, yeah, like, bruv, the Fergie credit in the bank gave these man time. My man saying Fergie taught his children, but his children couldn't teach his children. You know the saying, yeah, there's no such thing, yeah, as bad students, just bad teachers, innit? Like, not everyone learns the same way. The best teachers find a way to help people understand, bro. If you're teaching a class of 30 children, they're not all going to understand the same way, innit? The best teachers get the best results. The best coaches are the ones that teach you the most, bruv. Bruv, not everyone learns the same way, bro, but there's no such thing as a bad student. You have to find out the best way to help them digest what you're trying to teach them, bro. Are you trying to tell me that out of all the man's been under his wing, that none of them ain't learned nothing, bro, and it's their fault? That don't make sense. Imagine if you have 5 kids, yeah, and you have a successful career and all your kids turn out to be bums, bruv. What? It's not your fault.
And by the way, let's keep it real. When any of those players, or which are now managers, had a difficult time, the first person they picked up the phone to
is call him.
So even if he didn't pass down anything at the time, he probably had live action chance on the phone when things weren't going well, where they'll be like, boss, what should I do? This is what's happening. What are you saying on the other end of the phone? Just play with your heart. I don't know what he's saying. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, you know what? I'm not. The maddest thing is, I've been thinking about this for a long time, innit? Every time they do the same thing on the TV where they pan the shot and show Fergie in the stands, I always think, what has he said to Ollie today? When we played bad for 90 minutes, I'm like, what has he actually said to him? Because I'm thinking, you're there, you're in the ground, you're definitely talking to him before and after the game. Why have you managed? How has he managed to play this badly with you under his when you're under his wing? I don't make any sense. So it's mad.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And only man, yeah, with a low footballing understanding, yeah, or man that are too emotional, yeah, can ever think that this is in some way, shape, or form, yeah, like either slander or whatever, bro. It's just straight facts, bro. And facts don't care about your feelings, bro. They actually don't.
It's not slander, like obviously.
Facts don't care about your feelings, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? One of the greatest human beings, yeah, to ever exist in sport, point blank, period.
One of my favorite as well. Like you brought me,
bro. Listen, that brother gave me all the happiness, yeah, that I've had as a football fan, yeah. Like probably 90% of the joy that I've experienced as a football fan, yeah, has been because of that guy, bro. 90% of it.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? But man's not going to sit here as a football fan, yeah, and overlook, yeah, the fact that man ain't produced no good managers. And
especially when we actually have a manager at the moment that is under his wing. That's why
literally, bro. Literally under man's wing. Man said that he brought him on the plane and that for the final and that, and he done a team talk, and we still lost. And nobody's questioning that.
Bro, he had dinner with the man before the game. Yeah, did you not see?
Bro.
He had food with them with like 4 or 5 of the players. Like, but
all of this.
Know. Like, I'll be real. I think Fergie was probably not personable as well. He weren't approachable. So I can see, you know them awkward things where you're eating dinner probably, bro, and then they're probably like saying one sentence to each other. And Fergie don't seem like the sort of guy who can probably like he's maybe it's because he's done in it. He's done. His time's done. He's no longer a manager in it. But I can't see him sitting down with the guys like what you could see maybe Pep or Klopp doing at that point in the game before the cup final and really talking sense into these men and driving their mentality. He's probably said a couple of sentences, couple of motivational quotes. Come on, boys, I know you can do it. We know you can do it. You know, bro, it's them sort of lines. Like, that's it. Maybe that's more what Ollie has learned from him. Do you know what I'm saying?
But that's all Ollie's learned. That's all Ollie's learnt, bro. But that's all.
I'll be positive and think
that's all their managers have learnt, though. Unfortunately, that's all they've learnt. Is the management.
Next season, all I can hope, the only reason I can hope for better is because, unlike all the other managers, he's literally working with Oli. It seems like.
Bro, and you know what it is? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer probably has the best bunch of players out of every manager that's ever been produced here by Sir Alex. The best bunch of players, because none of them have managed the Man United. This is the biggest job. And guess what?
Not just that, and he has him going to every single game as well. Bro, it's like having a flipping stabilizers on your bike, bro. Like you have a guy who could just literally tell you what to ask you for a double check on certain things before the game. 20 minutes before the game, go up to his flipping box and just talk to man. Do you know what I'm saying? He can do that. So other managers can't do that. Look at when Gary Neville had to go to Spain and had the language barrier. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's the only excuse, but he was in a different world of his own. Do you know what I'm saying? To deal with other problems like language issues, different league, different culture. Bro, Ollie's managing Manchester United with Fergie going to the game every week. Yeah. Come on, bro. Come on.
I still died, bro. And he's still dying every week. Ollie, allow it, bro.
Come on.
No, like that, bro. That's just what it is. That's just what it is, bro. Like, facts don't care about man's feelings, bro. They legit don't. At the end of the day, yeah, when I'm seeing certain coaches produce bare fucking coaches, my man ain't produced none. Do you know what I mean? Respectfully. And then when Rooney came out and said, yo, Van Gaal's the best coach I ever worked with, these men will go fucking up in arms saying, oh, Rooney's disrespecting him. So it's what?
It's probably because Van Gaal taught him more managerial qualities over the period than he was there.
No, because he's saying he probably taught him more tactically and was teaching him the game.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, exactly.
But that's what a coach does. Do you know what I mean? That's what a coach does.
Because people looked at it at the bottom level, which is how can you
and
say
he's disrespecting Sir Alex Ferguson? He's the greatest.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Because these men are too emotional. These men are too emotional.
Just because you win stuff. Just because you win stuff.
Rooney's won everything that he needed to win in his career with the greatest manager in the history of the Premier League. Yeah, and he still said Van Gaal. And he was at the final for Man United. So it's not a beef thing with United where he's just trying to stick the boot in, yeah?
Yeah, he's not doing a Roy Keane.
He's not doing a Roy Keane where it was a bitter thing because no, bruv, him and Salek were in the same place in the final and they probably spoke to each other. So it's not a beef thing.
Yeah.
He said it because it's a fact.
Yeah.
So it's just one of them ones where man needs to
Fergie probably took it like a joke thing though. Yeah, as he thought, how can you say that? But
that's it.
It is what it is. It is what it is, man.
That's what I mean. And Giggs was made Louis van Gaal's assistant, but he didn't want him. You know, like that. And then Mourinho said, "Nah, I don't want him."
Listen, all these ex-players, yeah, and they'll probably admit it, bro. It's an equivalent of flipping being part of like a best-selling TV show or best-selling film franchise. Bro, you're just gonna get roles easily because you're part of like something so big. So you'll just get it's an automatic thing after that. Not forever, but for the first couple of years after that role, because it's such a massive role. You know what I'm saying?
This brother saying Fergie didn't coach though. This is the same Brer that said, yeah, he's the same guy. This is why you don't get blocked, because I'm laughing, innit? You know what I mean? Man said Fergie didn't coach. This is the same brother that said that Ollie's a bad student, yeah? And also that he's not a teacher. So if you're not a teacher and you're not a coach, that is why you don't produce good managers. You've answered the question. So stop getting upset. You just answered it.
Yeah.
You've just answered it. The case closed. Where's the gavel, blood? Man could just bang the gavel and just bam, ting done.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's no need to.
Coaches are teachers, which is why, literally, Cruyff, who's no longer here, is still producing.
People still talk about him to this day,
bro. He's the most iconic figure probably in the history of football. 100%. And this brother's still spoken about, and he's not here, and he's still producing great managers, and he's not alive.
Bro, these times Xavi's still bigging him up in his interviews from as a manager now. Even like I said, that long ago, Cruyff passed away, and he's still talking about him now, about his importance to the game and to his philosophy and what he is today. Pep Guardiola, his whole strategy and his whole philosophy of play is from that guy. So,
brother, man is producing coaches from the grave.
But you know what? I need to.
And a man's alive and still can't produce any good ones. Do you know what I mean? It's not even, brother. It's not even debatable.
I want to watch that Fergie, because Fergie's got a prime documentary in it. So maybe
I want to watch that as well. And you know what I'm going to learn?
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to learn from that documentary? What a great human being he was and is, because I already know that. What made him the greatest manager in Premier League history was him as a human being, bro. It was nothing to do with the tactics and the coaching. It was nothing to do with that. Because if it was to do with that, he'd be able to pass that handbook down. Do you know what I mean? What made him the great that he is, is what's in here. And you can't teach that to no one. He couldn't even pass that down to his own son. Respectfully. You know them one. He couldn't even pass it down to his own son. And you think that man's going to be able to pass it down to fucking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Come on now. Yeah, but you can't even produce it to something that came out your balls. How are you going to pass it to Ole? You know, like that. Bro, keep it a buck, rude boy. Lionel Messi's son's probably going to be whack at football. It is what it is. You know, like that. David Beckham's youth's a cameraman. You know them, man. Like, Brooklyn was like, I don't even want to play football. I want to take pictures. You know, brother, it is what it is, isn't it?
It is still.
It is what it is, brother.
Teaching and being is two separate things.
Hey, the game is the fucking game, mate. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. That's why you have to respect man for the great man he is. The great man he is, but man's got no coaches to show for it. You know there was. Man got no coaches to show for it. Not even his own son. So, man needs to stop this now, innit? You know, like that. The reason why Ollie's still in a job is probably because he's a Fergie fledgling, but he should have been sacked. Because they couldn't wait to get rid of David Moyes, but we've still got Ollie.
Yeah.
Because he's probably saying, give him time.
Yeah, it's the endorsement. That's what I'm saying. And it's like, if Fergie, sometimes that's where I've been going for most of this conversation today. I'm starting to think about like, how much benefit is it for Fergie to even still be around the club? How much is he even maybe hindering the progress? Because
that's a conversation for a different day, Akeem, exactly, because that's going to take man into another long conversation.
Yeah, because all I want to say to rap, isn't it?
Man says Zidane sold his own son. Zidane sold his own son. That's my manager. Get Zidane.
No, that's mad, you know.
Get Zidane, bro. That's my manager. Because I've got that in me. I'll sell my own son if he wasn't good enough.
Poch had his own son in Spurs, isn't it?
Bruv, I'd sell my son, bruv. As man mad. I'll sell my son. I would. I'd be like, he's not good enough.
Your son would say, I'm not talking to you. I ain't talking to you anymore.
Bruv, I don't care. You don't have to talk to me. I'm still your dad, bruv. You can't undad me, bruv. Like, you're not good enough.
Aye.
It's literally that.
Yeah, it's facts.
It's literally that.
But obviously, people don't like that story. If you go down, when you go down that road, you become the unlikable character, innit? But the character, people, that's it.
I don't care, bro. Listen, bro. I sell my own son, bro. I mean, results speak for themselves, blood. You got sold because you weren't good enough.
Oh my days, man.
It's legit. It's what it is. Like, you're still a good son, but you're not a good footballer.
These times, you got managers selling their sons, but then you can't even tell the truth about certain players that you managed in the past. Like Fergie should just literally be like, he's not good enough. Let's move on. No hard feelings. You know what I'm saying? No hard feelings.
Facts, bro. Facts, bro. Like, bro,
I'm still laughing at the Gordon Strachan line. Still, oh my days.
Man, Gordon Strachan, some bum manager, bro. Like bare bum managers. At the end of the day, yeah, I'm saying, what makes you great? You can't always pass that down, innit? That's what it is, and that's why that's like got fucking Messi as a good parent and Aguero as a dad and that, bruv. Don't play football, mate. It's not worth it.
You know them. These managers are gonna expect you to be what they do. and they
And you're
probably
gonna be
won't
shit.
they probably won't be able to teach you anything.
Bruv, look at Jordy Cruyff, blood. Came to Man United.
Yeah.
Like, just don't do it, innit?
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Don't. What are you doing? Jordy Cruyff, allow it. What? Nah, come on, bruv. You know, like that. Like you can't pass that down. Do you know what I'm saying? If Johan Cruyff couldn't pass down the football ability to his son, yeah, then what's the point?
To even finish, there's one good example. Someone just popped up and said, Schmeichel. He's the one example of someone who's managed to teach. But this is a player to a player, so it's different, innit? But he managed to teach his son how to be a good, even great goalkeeper.
Yeah,
you know
but he's a goalkeeper. You know them ones. An argument's sake, yeah. It's easier to teach.
Even that is play. That's a player coaching down. We're talking about managers.
It is, but also it's easier to do that, bro. You know them ones. It's easier to do that in the same sense where, like Peter Schmeichel, when you look at his stature, yeah, and you look at his son's stature and that, you know them ones. It's kind of like you're big guys.
Because if Schmeichel weren't big, if Casper weren't
if
big
Casper
guy,
was my height, if Casper was 5'10", he couldn't have taught Casper how to be a fucking goalkeeper. It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
You know, like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, literally, he won the genetic lottery.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it was. Do you know what I mean? Like, look at Patrick Kluivert, yeah? His son's decent, but
by the way,
Patrick Kluivert, like 6'1", 6'2", a little more for him, and then his son is a lot more slender and shorter. You know them ones. So, like, imagine if his son wanted to be a goalkeeper. Like, it's not gonna happen.
That's a good example, the Kluiverts. But you know,
that's everything. Young Thuram's playing as well. You know what I'm saying?
Everything we're talking about is very similar in the boxing world as well, isn't it? Like,
but also, how many of them are better than their parents, though? None of them.
What in what, boxing or football? In football,
no, in football. Floyd was better than his dad, but that's because he took what his dad gave him and mastered it. But bruv, most of these men, young Kluivert's not better than old Kluivert. No, young Thuram ain't better than old Thuram.
When young Kluivert first came in the scene, people thought he would be better, but he's not.
Haaland's better than his dad, but his dad was a scrub. I don't know how Haaland, bruv. Listen, I want to see Haaland's mum, bruv, because she's the missing link, you know. Bruv, his mum, yeah, it's his mum, bro. It's the egg, bro. 100% it's the egg.
I think Haaland's the one example of, like, I can't the glow up in quality from his dad to him, bro. He probably was better than his dad. He probably was better than his dad at like 12 years old. And like at his peak, Haaland's dad at his peak was probably better. It was not as good as him.
Bro, listen, Haaland has eclipsed his dad, bro. Like, eclipsed, man. You know them one. Eclipsed. He's exactly. Young Maldini ain't better than old Maldini, bruv. Of course he's not.
And let's not. And also sometimes in these examples, a lot of these men get opportunities just because of their dad.
Blood. There you go. Ince as well, blood. You know what I'm saying? And Paul Ince was wavy, you know. Like, don't get me wrong, he was a pagan, but he was a baller.
Yeah, he was hard. But Tom had a good. He was good at some point, but then he.
But Inter Milan only wanted him because his dad was there. You know them, man.
Yeah, but that's it. Bro.
You know, like that. Bro, so like,
the Maldini thing, bro. It didn't matter how good Maldini's son was, bro. Like, your surname's Maldini, we'll give you a shot. Like, it's one of them ones. We'll give you a shot.
That's what I'm saying.
People realize you're crap. Yeah, all right. Do one, mate. Do one.
Man, like Mince and that, bro. Paul Mince and that.
Oh,
but that's what I'm saying. So, you know, I mean, yeah, Daley Blind better than Danny Blind and that, yeah, arguably, you know them ones. But Danny Blind was rated, blood, in his time. Don't ever think he wasn't rated just because one, you were too young. Do you know what I mean? And two,
I was going to say, I'm not even sure that's not even a clear one. That one.
That's not a clear one because Danny Blind was rated, blood.
Yeah.
He was rated to the point where man managed his country because man's been rated in his country. So saying that he's better than his dad, that's only because you know him and you don't know his dad. You know them ones, but his dad's goated. You know them ones, Champions League winner, bruv. Let them know, cuz. Yeah. You know, like that. So even that's debatable.
Yeah.
You know, like that. With the rights, it's not debatable. You know what I'm saying? Like, Uncle Ian's clear, blood. You know, like that. So it's one of them ones where Lampard and his dad, yeah, fair enough. Do you know what I'm saying? But you can't pass, and Lampard's one of the most decorated players like of his generation. So it's no man said Lampard and Mount. But that's what I'm saying. But bro, like, it is what it is, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? These things just don't happen. These things really don't, like, they don't happen that often, you know, like that. So if you can't pass that down, even as a parent, then understand, the fundamentals of passing down coaching and stuff like that, bro. Like, it's something that shouldn't be overlooked, innit? What Cruyff's done, what Van Gaal's done, do you know what I mean? Like, even what Jose's done with Brendan Rodgers, I said Van Gaal already. What Bielsa's done, all these things, bro, it can't be overlooked. And the fact that the greatest manager in Premier League history ain't produced a single good coach can't be overlooked as well. That's all man's saying.
100.
You know, like that. You know what I'm saying? So nah, man, big up everyone inside, bruv. Smash that like button. These comments have been outrageous, blood.
Some of these comments are mad.
Rannick's another one. That's what I mean. So nah, man, big up everyone. That was jokes, man. You know what I mean? Red Talk at 7 people. Do you know what I mean? We're working. You know what I'm saying? What you got coming on for the rest of the week, bro? You just on daddy duty, fam?
Yeah, bro. For at least the next couple of weeks, once we go past that will make it 8 weeks old. She's like 6 now. So first 2 months is just duty, daddy duty every day. But
there you go.
It's coming. Time's moving quick still. 6 weeks already. So
come on. Do you know what I mean? And Ancelotti, don't forget Ancelotti. Look at that. Zidane, Conte, Gattuso. Come on, bruv.
Too many.
Do you know what I'm saying? But I swear, but man's got good and Strachan though.
You
know what I'm saying? Big up everyone. You know what I'm saying? Mad love, people. 7 o'clock.